I just finished my live stream, which I do every evening. For those of you that don't know, I live stream on YouTube and Twitch. And as I typically do after my streams, depending on how late I finish, I either continue with editing or writing scripts for my YouTube content. And I also sprinkle in going into my comments section and answering people that have made comments on my video. And typically, I don't like to share the comments that were already there, but you know, I saw this one and, well, let me just read it. Everyone in the comments section is negative about D4, and you are basically a D2 guy. So I'd be surprised if any of your viewers even want to see D4 news. Do they even care? Anyone who does enjoy D4 will be watching content creators who also like D4. Now, I've blurred out their name because this isn't about the person that made the comment. It's about what that comment is stating. And I kind of want to address that because I want to be very crystal clear when it comes to my content on my channel. I like to make sure when people have opinions of it that I address it when it's incorrect. First of all, this channel of mine, which is 6 months old, 6 months new. As you can see here in my D4 playlist, I have 109 videos currently on Diablo 4. And actually, I have the same amount of content for Diablo 2, which I started playing at the end of September because D4 was boring for me. So I said I was gonna not play D4 until they made the improvements that I wanted to see. But I have 109 videos on Diablo 4. I've been creating content and talking about Diablo 4 since it was launched. Actually, prior to it launching, I was creating content on Diablo 4. I don't know whether or not I'm a D4 guy or a D2 guy. I'm a content guy. So I kind of take offense to the fact that I'm being labeled a certain type of game guy. I will talk about what's going on in the industry. I have a playlist on my channel that talks about games that are coming down the pipe, that are in the future, that look good, that are games that I think maybe you guys should look at. It's something that I'm looking at. I have on my YouTube channel, I have content on my live streams, which is of the games that I actually play. So whether or not I'm a D4, D2, PoE, Last Epoch, I don't like being labeled one way or the other. I'm a content guy. I'm going to talk about what's current. I'm going to talk about things that I see, things that I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about current events, what's coming down the pipe. I talk about a wide range of games, but typically, obviously, I'm going to talk about what is in my sphere of gaming. At the end of the day, I'm a gamer, and that is ARPGs, MMOs, action, survival. Like, that's kind of my mix of genres that I like to play. So, of course, I'm going to talk about them. Now, in reference to my community not being a D4 community, I want to say this to that, and that is the fact that this channel grew not solely because of Diablo 4. I would hope not, but I have a lot of people and a lot of viewers, subscribers that rely on me for Diablo 4 content. Whether or not I'm playing the game is irrelevant as far as I'm concerned. And actually, I would argue the last sentence on that comment, anyone who does enjoy D4 will be watching content creators who also like D4. And I'm going to bite my tongue on that one as far as the other content creators, because making content, and I know this firsthand, takes a lot of work, a lot of dedication, and it takes a certain type of person to be able to do it long term and succeed at it. So I don't think it's fair for me to pass judgment on those people. It's their content. They can choose how to navigate what they're going to say and not say. But let me just say it from my perspective. If you're going to blame me for being honest and giving my honest critique on a game, then so be it. Then I guess I'm not a D4 guy. But clearly you haven't watched all my D4 videos, because if you would have watched the majority or all of those 109 videos, you would see a person, a gamer, that is passionate about Diablo 4, was very supportive of Diablo 4, and also wanted to see Diablo 4 succeed. And as of right now, I still want D4 to succeed. Just because I critique it doesn't mean I hate it. I'm critiquing it because if we don't talk about it, it never gets fixed. So I'm choosing to do my part. Whether or not it's going to fall on any relevant ears, that's not something I can control. I can control my messaging and my content on my channel. And when I see a game that I loved and I want to play so badly and I want it to succeed, I'm sorry if it bothers you that I'm going to give an honest critique about the game and not sit on the fence and, oh, well, it's not bad, but things are coming. That's not me. Okay? You can go watch other channels for that. You come to my channel, you're going to get my honest feedback. I have over 30 years of experience in a business capacity, like I've stated in my videos. So I'm going to apply that knowledge and experience of how to run an organization, how to manage people, how to convey a message, how to market a product. I'm taking my experience in IRL and I'm applying it to my content and what I see. Now, I may be completely off base. No one hits it right. No one ever does. But I'm going to give you my opinion. And when I do these videos, I tell you this is my opinion. I tell you, am I off my rockers, guys? Let me know. This is my opinion. But I have to say, I called it way back last year. And this is the video that's almost gotten 10,000 views that talks about way back when, okay? This is season 1, I believe. Me stating that the reason that Diablo 4 is not going to get fixed is because at the time I said, they don't have a roadmap, guys. They don't have a roadmap. They are flying by their seat of their pants. I think they're just going day by day, week by week. And hello, ding, ding, ding. 6 months later, 7 months later, however long it's been, looks like that's true. So my intuition, my experience was right back then. Doesn't mean I'm always right. But my point is, I'm going to give you my fair, honest assessment of the game. Just because I'm not playing the game doesn't mean I don't want the game to succeed. And you show me all the top what you would label a D4 content creator. Why don't you come back into the comment section and show me them consistently playing D4 right now? They're not. Okay, they're not. So I don't have to wait for you to respond to that. And sorry, this is not so the person that made this comment that I'm highlighting, please understand. I don't have anything personal against you. This has nothing to do with you. Sorry. It's just what that comment represents, because you're not the first one to say that. I've been told this in various degrees, in different ways, in all of those 109 videos that I have here. One way or another, those kind of comments are in there. Actually, when I first said that I was going to stop playing D4 until they fixed the major issues, which is consistent with all the D4 content creators, even the big, massive ones have said the same thing. Okay? But when I said this, some people actually even went as far as saying, and I did a video on this as well, directly about this, and that I didn't have the right to talk about D4 because I wasn't playing it. And how dare me still create D4 content? How dare me? I don't have the right. It's my channel. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. That's my control. You control whether or not you want to absorb my content. And that's the agreement as far as I know, right? So I'm not going to give you a on the fence opinion. You're going to get an opinion from me one way or the other. I like it. I don't like it. And I'm going to sprinkle in my theory. And I always say, I think this is why they're doing this. On my last video, I talked about season 3 and potentially surprises coming. And I theorized my thoughts on some of the leaks, some of the theories out there, and I give you my take on that. I don't sit on the fence. If you want someone that creates content that sits on a fence, I know you know where you can go find them, right? I don't sit on fences. Okay, I'm going to tell you how it is, and I'm going to be honest and forthright. So if that is being another type of game and I don't support D4, sorry, I respectively agree to disagree. Okay? If I can put it in a nice way. I'm never going to be disrespectful. I'm never going to be that kind of guy. I'm always going to give you a professional, respectful opinion. But I'm not a D4 guy. I'm not a D2 guy. I'm not an anything guy. I'm a content guy. So that is what I wanted to make sure. And as far as my community, whether they're D4 or D2, if the people in my community, the 1,500 or so of them that subscribe to this channel, are not happy with D4, how would you like them to make, what kind of comments would you like them to leave if they're not happy with the game? And by the way, after I read this comment, I went on a couple of the big content creators and scrolled their comment section. Whenever they, I picked a Diablo 4 video, a recent one that they had done. And I just clicked on their video and I just immediately went down to the comment section. And guess what? Same comments. Now, like my content, it's sprinkled and varying degrees. And yes, because I'm currently live streaming Diablo 2 Resurrected, the people that are making comments are on my live streams. They come and they're supporting me by watching my channel, watching my videos, and commenting on my videos and liking on my videos. And yeah, you're going to get the D4 sucks, but that's not just because they're viewers of what I'm playing and want to hate on D4. The majority of people are not happy with Diablo 4 right now. If you want to argue that point, go ahead, be my guest. There's a gazillion people behind me, not behind me literally, but that have the same opinion about Diablo 4. So it needs to be fixed. Everybody knows that. I am crossed, and I want to make it official right now on this video. There's nothing more that I want on January 18th for that live stream to be a home run. And after listening to that live stream, that I have the motivation and the want and the excitement to play Diablo 4 again. There is nothing more I would love to do right now. and that is to play Diablo 4. You have no idea how I'm literally cringing on every word that comes out of their mouth, or communication, or X. I'm just waiting for the door to open, and for them to say, we're doing this, we're doing that, and it addresses the elephants in the room, the problems in the game. Oh my God, I'm going to be the first one back in that game, because I do want to play it. I do want to live stream it. I do want to create content on it. So I'm not a D4 guy. I'm not a D2 guy. I'm a content guy, and I'm a supporter of Diablo 4. I will continue to create content on Diablo 4, and I will continue to give an honest review of what's happening. And if you're taking that when I talk in a negative tone, or that I'm not happy with what's being done, then if that labels me as a hater, or whatever, however you termed it, then so be it. I guess I'm a hater. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do some good here by talking and exposing what the problems are in the game. You can't fix it if you don't know what the problems are. And actually, I'm not reinventing the wheel. 99.9% of what I think is wrong with the game is what the other gazillion other gamers that don't like what's going on with Diablo 4, that's how they feel too. I just have a platform to talk about it. So, sorry, I wanted to broach this subject because, like last time, when I was being told I didn't have the right, I did a video on that, and I didn't expose the person, but I said this was said, and it's not true. So I'm doing the same thing here, because when I did it back then, it stopped, and I stopped getting, oh, I thought you stopped playing D4. Why are you creating videos? Because I'm a content creator. So I'm doing it now. And again, for the person, if you watch this video, I don't know if you watch my videos regularly, because I get drive-bys all the time on, clearly they don't know my content, and when I read their comment, it's clear they've watched 5 seconds of a video and one little snapshot, and they make a comment on that. They don't know. I have 109 videos in my short YouTube career. 109 just on Diablo 4. Okay? Going back all the way to when the game was launched. And I have a lot of videos that are great job. I have a lot of what are they doing? And I have, obviously, the game's in not a good state. What am I going to talk about? I'm going to talk about what the current state of the game is. The current state of the game is everybody thinks it sucks and they want it fixed. My content's going to mimic that, but with my opinion. And I think this game is easily fixable. Easily. But for whatever reason, it's not being done. Now, season 1 to season 2 is a big jump. Let's hope the jump to season 3 is just as big and just as good. Everybody had a great time in season 2. I love it. That's great. I got bored. I hit level 87, 88. I couldn't take it anymore, and I stopped. We'll see what happens in season 3. Maybe I'll hit 100 this time. I have a level 100 character. I have a lot of characters in this game. I have hundreds of hours in Diablo 4. And I played like 20% of season 2. Okay? So that just gives you an idea of how many hundreds of hours I played in a condensed amount of time. So I want to see this game succeed. And I'm not going to sugarcoat my content because I want to be a fanboy of a certain publisher or a certain studio. I'm going to give you my fair, honest take. You may disagree with it, and that's your right. We're not always going to agree on it. So anyway, I just want to make this video just to, again, nothing personal against the person that wrote this. So, don't go off in the comments about it. I'm not a D4 guy. I'm not a D2 guy. I'm a content creator. And that is allowing me to create content about whatever I talk about. And sorry to tell you, but I want to see D4 succeed, and I want to play D4 again. And double sorry, not sorry, I'm going to create Diablo 4 content. If I didn't want it to succeed, and if I didn't want to play it again, I wouldn't be talking about Diablo 4. I would have moved on already. I don't talk about games that I don't want to see succeed or that I want to play. I talk about the games that I touch and that I'm interested in playing or want to play. That goes true with Path of Exile 2, Diablo 2 Resurrected, which is a game. And by the way, speaking of Diablo 2 Resurrected, the only reason why I have 109 videos on D2 is because those are all my live feed videos. So they're VODs of my live stream. Because actual content, me like this, what I'm doing now, on Diablo 2, I could probably fit in 2 hands. I would think maybe I made 10 videos on Diablo 2. And it's a game that I've played religiously, nonstop, since September, the end of September. Only 3 months. 3 months of intense grinding in Diablo 2, and I've made like 10, 11, probably like videos like this. So the majority of my videos on D2 are my live streams. So there's no equation for me on what I create content on. Because if you take your theory, then I should only be creating content on Diablo 2. And maybe that's your wish, actually. I don't blame you, bro. But so you understand what I'm trying. Hopefully that makes sense. I create content on the current discussions that are happening, the current affairs of the gaming. And when it comes to Diablo 4, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I'm going to talk about it. It's going to be honest. It's going to be my critique. And the reason why I do it, again, I'm saying this for the 5th time. I do it because I want the game to be fixed, because I want to play it again. And I'm not going to go back to a beta version game. I already did it for hundreds of hours. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know, am I off my rockers? Guys, relax. I'm not rage quitting here. I'm not going off on anybody. For people that watch my content and are going to see this video, I want you to know you're going to see D4 content out of me. And you know what? I don't have to play a game in order to create content about it. I'm a gamer. I've played almost every genre. I've been playing video games for a very, 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 very long time. I'm not someone that's just, oh, what's trending right now? Oh, let me talk about it. I have no idea what's going on in that thing. I talk about things that I know, things that personally touch my gaming experience. So when I talk about Diablo 4, I come from an educated position, just like all you guys that play Diablo 4 and jump into my comment section. You guys are, you're providing your opinion and your feedback on your experiences, which are just as valid as mine. Just that I have this channel and I'm going to use it for what I want to talk about. So I talk about D4 because I want it to be fixed. And I'm crossing my fingers. January 18th, we get good vibes and surprises. And I got to say, I am optimistically thinking, please surprise me so I do want to play season 3, but it has to be a good update. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. If you can like, comment, and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll hope to see you next time.